Good evening. We are coming to you from the Egyptian Church of Christ Incorporated. This program is for one group of people and one group only, the children of God. We no longer have to wonder or wander off the straight path. For those who want to make a difference, for those that want to know the truth to so many unanswered questions, and for those who are tired of the devil taking control over everything in their lives and the lives of their children. This program is set up for those who want to be in God's kingdom here on earth. According to the scriptures, Matthew chapter 6 verse 33, but seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. Therefore we must take back control of our lives. We, the Egyptian Church of Christ Incorporated, are reaching out to embrace all the children of God, as it states in Psalms chapter 82 verse 6. I have said ye are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High. Next, you will be listening to our pastor, Reverend Dr. Malachi York Was, in question and answer form.
Robert.
I wanted to ask, what is the purpose of life?
Woo! You know, it's so deep. That's a very simple question and a very, very simple answer. But most people try to make it complicated, right? The purpose of life, or in our sense of living, is first of all the acknowledgement that there's as much evil in us as good, each and every one of us, and that the old Catholic concept of being born of sin is in fact right. I'll tell you what exactly I mean by that and how. You take a little baby or put two children together. One will steal from the other. One will scratch the face of the other. How do they learn to steal from one another? What makes one jealous of another to scratch or pull their hair? You follow what I'm saying? They will lie. They will go and take something from a kid and walk away with it in a mall or so, and you might start hearing some other kid cry and look over and realize that your child have actually stole a toy from another kid. You follow? And now you got to take this back and take the toy back. Where you get this from? What did you say when you was a kid? I found it. So now, before children even reach the age of imagination, where they start to shape constructive images in their mind of what they'd like to be, before they do that, they already know how to treat each other bad. This is a subtle confession that there is evil in us. The next question should come up with, how does evil get in us at birth? And that's very simple also, because when we open the Bible to Revelation chapter 12, and it starts speaking of the fall of the angels, meaning fallen from grace, and a third of them fell with a being called Halal, which is what they have in Hebrew, which comes out to be Lucifer, or the torchbearer, or the light bearer in English. When they fell, they came to where? Earth. It says right in the Bible in Revelation chapter 12, there was found no place at all for them in heaven anymore. So they were sent down to earth after the war in heaven, where, as we explained last week, Michael and his messengers fought against Azazel, which is one of his names, or Tanush and his messengers. You follow that? And Tanush had a gospel to preach on earth the same way that God has a gospel that must be preached on this earth. You follow that? So he came down, but you're left there if you don't notice that it says, as our sister got the Bible open, that old serpent. That old serpent. We got to jump back to Genesis to find out, but we're in Revelations. So we go back to that old serpent. Where do we find him at? Where do we find evil beings coming to earth? In Genesis chapter 6. Genesis chapter 6 says the sons of God, right? And then later on it says there was giants in the earth in those days. But the word giants there is, as I said earlier, Nephilian, or those who fell down or came to earth. Now what did they do when they came to earth? They chose specific women They say all that they chose, which means they didn't just take anybody. They said in Hebrew, they looked for women that were told. That's the word, told. Because whenever they say good in the Tanakh, they use the word tob in Hebrew. Whenever they use the word evil, they use the word ra'ah. Not to be mistaken with Ray or Ra or Roy. The Hebrew used for Ra or Amun-Ra. But they say tob. So they chose a specific woman, good women, tob. And they went into them. Stop. Here we got beings coming down from heaven. Some of them were giants. And they went into women. What does went into women mean? They had sexual intercourse with them. Because it says they produced children. If they went into a woman and had sexual intercourse with them, I know there's some doctors and nurses in here, then you know they had to have chromosomes. They had to have the 46 chromosomes that the human beings on earth have in order to give up 23 in order to make a 46 or produce a child. You with me? So now, if some of those people that came down were sons of gods, and some of those people that came down were giants in the earth, and we know one of the giants in the earth are called Imims, and you look up Imims, it means evil men in Hebrew. So we know that some of them giants were evil men. You with me? And those giant men, or Watusis, went into those pygmy women or little people and produced a seed that's in between, that's above 4 feet and beneath 7 feet, which describes most of us sitting here or standing. So how did the devil get into our blood? When he was cast out of heaven, he came down to earth as giants and went into earth women and produced children that were good and evil. But then he had to activate the part of the human being that he could use. So he had to make evil fair seeming. You see? He had to make it attractive. Like it says in Genesis chapter 4, when God or the Elohim are speaking to Cain, and it tells him, all you got to do is the right thing and everything will be okay. But if you don't, sin. Everybody says the devil. Sin is waiting for you at the door. And or lying. When you look it up, it means crouched down, stupid, and hiding. Right? And he desires you, but you shall rule over him. He desires you, but you shall rule over him. What's that? The doorway out of the grace of God, the devil waits there, or sin itself. And it wants to differentiate Lucifer or the serpent or the devil for the act. That's why it says there's sin, not Satan. Because when you walk through the door of the grace of God and get out of his grace, then you become the advocate of sin. See, when you leave the church and you're fed up with the disciplines and the restrictions and the I can'ts and they won't let me, you're going out to have some fun. You're going out to have a good time. That's what comes next. I just want to be able to do what I want to do, when I want to do it, to whomever I want to do it to. Am I right? So what you do is you get out in the world and you find out that the devil is not really having fun, but rather the devil is raising funds off your stupidity. Because he says, come into my party, but give me $27. Come into my concert, but give me $50. Go get some new nails. How much it cost? How much it cost? Give me some new nails. $20. I gotta get my hair extended. Another $30. I gotta get me a perm that's not really permanent because it disappears, but I want to get the illusion of having something permanent. How much? Now I need a new wardrobe because when I was in the church, I wasn't allowed to wear mini skirts and show these pretty legs I got. I couldn't wear tight skirts and show this nice buttocks I got. I couldn't wear low line and show this breast I got. I couldn't gloss my lips and show how kissable I am. You know what I'm saying? So now you think you're going out there to have fun, but in actuality, you are raising funds for the devil's propagation program by going right out and giving him all your money. He's laying right there.